Hi everybody, my name is Angie Cardozo and today I'm going to share with you why do I think that the article using fun activities to improve listening skills written by Hannah and Gianni is a qualitative research. Well, I chose this article because I saw how it represents lots of common features of a qualitative research. We can use qualitative research for understand the feelings, values, and perception that underlie and influence behavior, for identify customer needs, or as in this case, for generate ideas for improve listening skills through gaming. There are three key elements that define a qualitative research study: the design, the collection of data, and the analysis. This study followed Chemis and McTaggart models. Each cycle consists of four stages: planning, implementing, observing, and reflecting. Uh, this research started with the preliminary study to identify, analyze, and state the problems faced by the teacher and students in a college in Indonesia. Since in qualitative research, the researcher is the primary instrument for data collection and analysis, the study of using fun activities to improve listening skills is based on the researcher's experience in teaching English to a class consisted of 36 students in the MTNS Mojokerto College in Indonesia. Well, as the qualitative research uses inductive research, we can see in this article that the researcher found three problems with the teaching of listening. Mm, First, most of the students' scores on listening tests are still under the minimum passing criterion. Second, most students are not very enthusiastic in listening activities. And third, it is difficult for students to understand native speech in a tape recorder. Um, yeah. Well, the method used in this research is action research. That is a process in which participants examine their own educational practice systematically and carefully using the techniques in research. That means that the teacher and principals work based on problems they have identified for themselves, and that they become more effective when encouraged to examine and assess their own work and then consider ways of working differently. In this study, we observed that the researcher considers that fun activities in the form of games will be an alternative strategy in improving students' listening skills. That is why the researcher would like to use game as her technique in teaching listening to help the students to solve their problems. Well, in qualitative research, the data collection instrument might be observations, interviews, surveys, questionnaire, documentary analysis, and focus group. Therefore, in carrying out this study, the researcher used an interview guide and questionnaire. The researcher interviewed the students to know the teaching and learning process in the classroom, especially in listening. The researcher also gave questionnaire related to students' problems in listening. Finally, the researcher prepared and applied the strategy for teaching listening using game. Based on the research findings, it was concluded that the implementation of games in teaching listening comprehension could improve the students' listening ability. This improvement could be proved by the students' listening achievement, and the score obtained by the students made the students interested in listening subject and motivated the students to study listening. So the researcher can realize it that the students' listening achievement improved. Thank you.